Good evening, everybody. Good evening, and welcome to Ashtar Command Q&A. I'm CmdrAleon, your host, and it's another special night. Tonight is everything Pink Lady welcome, Tony, Ira F. Neal, Ronnie, everybody coming in here. This is a night of Ashtar Command Q&A, and I want to welcome Mary White, Orchard Annie, welcome everybody coming in here. KKS 123. Oh, good. April's on her way. Good. Day, it's good to have you with us. Thank you for the hat. And we're going to be doing our Ashtar Command special tonight. My sister and myself, April, a very special sister, and we're protective of her. She's a beautiful being of light and a commander, and she'll be on our show tonight. We're going to do a lot of questions. Let April share maybe photos when she gets here. She has more. I actually lost some of the photos I had. I was trying to get rid of some of my. It was like I had too much storage, and I ended up messing up my phone. Not my phone, but I lost even like family pictures that I had here. So, but all good. We're doing well. I am so excited. You know, I'm so excited for all of you, for everybody who's here. You know, we love you so much. April and I love you so much, all of you. And we're just glad to have you here with us. So we're going to have a beautiful night. Wendy M., welcome, everybody out there. One Toyota, we're doing well, brother. Hope you're doing great. Hope you're doing great. You know. Deja Vu, welcome. Thank you, One Toyota Kit Kat. Good to have you with us, sister. Kit Kat's one of our 5 in our group. And I was just talking earlier today with some of my family members about going off planet, and I just nonchalantly talked about it. You know, my daughter knows about what's happening. Her boyfriend knows that I'm going off planet at some point. I told her about the whole thing with the planetary changes and everything. So I have a pretty receptive family, at least my internal family. Rest of my family, they don't know anything. Can't tell them anything. Thank you so much. Tara, thank you. I have my apple cider. I got a whole gallon of apple cider today. I ran out. Oh, thank you, Ginger. We enjoy having you all here. Hey, sister, everybody here, everybody, welcome. We don't know. You see, the command will let us know. There's people on the ship, the Ashtar Command. When they're ready for us, they'll let us know. So we've just been mentally prepared, spiritually prepared. We just go into everyday life. I go about my job during the day. I mean, the work during the week. Go about my family life. You know, my kid, my daughter, and my boyfriend, and my wife and myself, and family members, and I just go about my life. You know, that's all you can do. And we're just when they're ready for us, they'll let us know. But we do the mission work here. That's what we're here to do, to enlighten the people. To bring love everywhere. It's all about love. That is really the essence of who we are. Truly. That's the essence of who all of you are. So many diversions on this planet. It's amazing. But when you're alone by yourself, there are no diversions, When you're like sitting silently, I had like a couple hours today in silence. There's nothing around me. I was silently in the living room sitting here. And that silence let me just to be at one. I didn't have any noise, I didn't go outside. I went outside to get my apple cider, but I basically just hang out peacefully, meditating, hanging out. It was a very beautiful, peaceful expression of who we are, And let me bring up my sister. My sister is very important to me, and we care about her a lot, Hey, sister.
Hello, 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 everybody.
Good to have you with us. I just telling everybody, about how just I was sitting around today, relaxing when everyone went out to do stuff, and I'm just like, it's such a blessing. You don't know how much I love you as a friend, as a commander. It's just a blessing the work we have to do together,
Yes.
and I am so honored to be to us all working together. I'm honored.
Yeah, I know. I am very honored to. I feel like I am truly blessed to have such a wonderful team. Guys, these guys just aren't my. We're not just a team of five, but off planet, we are like a group of best friends. We all grew up together. We all went to the same schools together. Our families are very, very close knit. I know that not all of the team members have gotten all of their memories back, but I have. And we have grown up and shared a beautiful friendship and a beautiful life off planet together.
And we have. And, my memories started coming back after I interviewed you. I started slowly having memory of things. And I'm still learning. April and we're all still learning. I mean, even if, we're just all constantly learning. There's a lot of things you're going to learn tonight. And I was meditating today about tonight, and I'm saying we really, maybe we can show them some photos. I lost my photos because I was trying to get rid of my storage problem. And, but that's
Oh,
okay.
no.
Yeah, it's okay. It happens. But, it didn't destroy anything. My phone still works. I'm able to do these things. But so maybe we can show people tonight and teach them a little bit about some of the ships, show them about, give them some idea of what things you've experienced in your journey, and how that beautiful journey has transposed into teaching people here on Earth, and doing your own lives, which I'm proud of you, that you're now doing your lives and people are now listening to want to know, things that are going on. I think that's a beautiful thing that you're doing. And yeah, I just think that tonight is our special night, and this is where we're together, and this is where we have a lot of power of love in what we share with you. And we just want you to know that a lot of the stuff out there is not true. A lot of the stuff that people are posting about invasions and all that stuff is just not true.
No.
And it's not going to be like that. And so we want to show you, because April has all the documentations of the ships and the
Mm-hmm.
beings, and our parents have been in dance parties in your house. And I mean,
Yes.
we know this, we've seen this, and, I know that the day we all come together and see our cousins and, family members on the ship, that's a sense of great love that we have for each other. So even though we're not there on the ship with them, they know we love them. They're watching the show right now. They know that we love each other and we all care about each other. That's what it's all about. Everything else is immaterial. It's really immaterial. We have to operate in love, frequency of love always.
Yes, and
That's
that's the
that's
that's
that's why
the
we're
big
here.
one. That's what the head of the Ashtar Command, I cannot talk tonight. The head of the head of council of the Ashtar Command, the big J guy, um, he is the one that passed the message on, that made sure that was like one of the first messages he ever gave me to bring back to everybody was, there is no higher vibration than love. Love is the highest vibration. And if there is any doubters out there, I'm going to show you guys this really quickly. Oops.
And
No,
welcome everybody, as
maybe
April
not.
is
Yes,
getting
there
ready to
we
share
go.
some stuff. Johnny, the third kind, is one of our group of five, and I'll let April narrate and let us know what we're seeing.
Okay, so this was one of my dance parties, and I had invited the big J guy. I don't know. Can I say that on your show?
Uh, I've
Because
said
mine's still.
Jesus. I've
Okay,
said
yeah.
Jesus.
Okay, well,
I'll say Jesus.
this was him joining us on our dance parties. This is a what's behind him is a rift. It is a opening in time and space, and these beings came through. He stopped in to join the dance party.
Yeah,
He
that's
wants
when did that happen?
things off
When did that
planet.
happen, April?
Um, about what, Nicole? It was about um, oh, I wouldn't want to say about 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Wow. He,
Yeah.
think people their interpretations of Jesus on this planet is kind of messed up. Yeah, Jesus is not only a cool dude, he likes to dance.
Yeah.
Whoever figured, right?
He does. He does. He likes the oldies. He's like Nick. He's obsessed with Elvis Presley.
Oh, he likes Elvis Presley.
Oh yes.
Whoever whoever thought, I can just imagine Jesus trying to do an impression of Elvis Presley. That'd be kind of funny.
And he doesn't always dress like this, guys. This was just his comfy robes for
Yeah.
the day. This actually has like comfy tie pants to it. I have an outfit like this. That Lima or Lean. Well, I cannot talk. What is wrong with me? Lena, she's a lemur being. She actually gave me an outfit like this to wear because I was complaining about constantly having to wear the
Yeah.
uniform, that I wanted something different to wear. And so she gifted me with an outfit like this. But he usually dresses very updated. And normally his hair is also very pulled back. He hates when it gets into his face because I asked him about it.
Oh, he has like a bow tie. He likes to wear his hair like a bow tie, like not a bow tie. It was called like a bonnet.
Ponytail.
Ponytail. That's right.
Yeah.
Not a bow tie. Oh, am I thinking? So that's a picture, of Jesus coming through the rift. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. And that was the 4 weeks. That was the first time he came off on planet from the rift, correct?
No, actually, he told me he had been a few other times, but I didn't see him. He
Okay.
only popped in for a few minutes, and he danced a couple of songs, and then they're busy. They've got a lot of stuff to do, but
Too much to do.
Yeah, he wanted
Even
to show
Jesus,
his support.
even Jesus April has to take a break. That'd be a new sticker. So that's very cool too. And you can stay on camera if you're able to.
Yeah, I'm holding up something else for you.
Oh, okay, yeah, go ahead. And I'm gonna let April narrate and get us up to date. On what's happening with the whole thing with the command. Things are definitely happening. People are actually recording, and I've been noticing people. A woman in Arizona's recorded some beautiful stuff, and there's a lot of things starting to happen now around the planet. There's a lot of star people here with ships that are cloaked. There are many more coming. This is not even the totality of what's happening, and April would even tell you that. There's so many things that they're doing off planet to get prepared for 2026. There's a lot of work going on off planet that many people don't know about.
Yeah, there's a lot, guys. There is the arcs have been placed in their dimensional, basically storage facilities, ready for after contact happens. The arcs will be our next steps, and then we had that thing that happened in Washington. We took care of that. You've talked about that on your show, Commander.
Oh yeah, I've tried to help people understand what happened too. Yeah.
Yeah, this was we took that out, and this. Hold on, I was trying to find you another picture of your parents.
Oh yeah.
This was. Hold on, let me bring it up. Did it come up?
Yeah, my parents have actually joined her dance parties at times. That's something weird.
Down.
Yeah, that was the thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So just before that happened, when that ship flew over my property, and I was able to get a picture of that as well. But we. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. I'm fumbling through a bunch of pictures here. Yeah. So that ship was carrying a device that did not need to be existing. We asked nicely to get that device back. They wanted to argue and fuss with us. I'm being very careful of my wording, guys, because it's TikTok. But
they don't want to get problems. Yeah.
They wanted to argue and fuss with us, and so we basically threw like a freezing net over their. That's the best way I can describe it, but it's like a energy field that goes over, and we froze the ship and the live beings that were in it. We removed them and then took the ship down, and then they went to be interrogated.
And John Connor, that's our command, the Ashtar Command. We took the Rapilian ship down. It was our command. we were forced to do it. They didn't want to give up something that was going to be very negatively destroying the Earth. It was,
Yeah, it
let's
was
put it
my
that way.
ship that took them down, Commander.
Yeah, yeah. Your April ship. That's
Yes.
right. So April is, just to give people background, April is the commander of her own ship when she's not on Earth, and that ship was taken down because of what they carried. They got the weapon off the ship,
Yes.
and the ship had to be taken down because they were working in hand with our secret government to do things that were not good.
Yes. And so we took them down. Hold on, Commander. I'm trying to find the I believe it's in this phone too. I'm trying to find the pictures of your father so you can get the snapshot of him. Hang on. I know I have him in here. Just keep talking. I'm here
Yeah,
with you.
I can keep talking. Yeah. So about my father, I have a father on the ship. His name is Rubar. He's my non-Earth father. My Earth-based father no longer is here. He passed away years ago, and my mom did too. So I don't have an Earth-based mom and dad anymore. But I do have in my space life a mother, a father, two sisters, and a brother. And there'll be a day between now and before contact when they will actually physically get to meet me. And I am so excited about that day. I have so much love in my heart for them, and I haven't even met them physically yet, but I'm looking forward to it, and I love them very much, and they know that. And that's the thing. It's
They
you'll get to
do.
see pictures of April's been able to try to get pictures of her family members, my family members, and eventually, hopefully, get a good picture where you'll get to see the faces really clearly. But it takes time because, again, they're coming through a rift. They come into the physical realm here, and it's not always, we try to get she tries to get the best pictures she can when they're there, but I
Yeah,
love them.
I do the best I can, guys. There's a lot of energy on my property because of the protection fields that they have placed on my property and because of the fairies. There's just I my pictures, unless I'm off my property, they will always come out blurry. There's nothing I can do about it. The fairy beings actually use a lot of their. They use themselves to place a protection field over my property. So what that looks like is, it looks like thousands of little tiny beings in a bubble that basically goes over my property.
Yeah.
They use themselves to protect me. Um,
And the fairies do a really good job of protecting you. They are her
yeah.
key protectors. Well, not only the fairies, but also there are also the Bigfoot protect you. The Bigfoot are beautiful. They know many languages. Matter of fact, the perceptions of the Bigfoot publicly are
So
not correct.
wrong.
You know,
So wrong.
yeah, and they're very beautiful. They can speak different languages, but because people have tried over the centuries to try to attack them, they've had to try to keep people away from them because they have families, and they are definitely very intelligent,
Now
extremely intelligent.
you're gonna trip out over this one. You haven't seen this one yet. I just got this
Okay,
one. Hang on. I hope
so
it
you're gonna
comes through
see.
good. I apologize about the blurriness of it, Commander. Your brother, your father.
Okay, let's see if I could. Well, you'll have to do is probably try to send me a photo, copy of that.
I I will, but you can also take a quick snapshot of it too, so you can zoom in on it later.
Okay, I'm going to try to do that. I'm not sure if I'm able to do that.
Are you on a computer or are you on
I'm
the
going.
phone?
I'm on my phone.
Okay, just take a quick snapshot, squeeze it together, take a quick snapshot, and then you can zoom in on it later. That is your brother, and that is your dad back there.
Okay, I've done pictures before. I've downloaded video. Let me go on my other thing. I can probably take a snapshot on my. Maybe I can. Let's see. I have my iPad. Maybe I can do it on there. I'm going to try to do that while she's got it up. Let's see here. Oh, come on. Okay, let's do this here. Whoops. I'm good with technology, but sometimes I fumble a little bit. But let's see here. I'm going to go into my live. I'm going into my live on my other thing here. Let's see. Okay. I'm not sure what's happening here. Okay, where am I? Huh. I'm not seeing. I'm in here somewhere. Oh, I can't even go into my own live. That's pretty weird. I'm not sure I can do this. If anybody in the group can take a snapshot and send it to me, that'd be great. I've done it before, but I'm having problems. Nope. It just tells me create. I don't even see that I'm live, but I am live. Oh well. If anyone takes a snapshot of it, please let me know. Yeah, but I can't get on my live on my TikTok here. It's really weird. I'm trying to. I see. Okay, I'm trying to get off of this thing here. I'm on my home thing. Okay. I can see. Oh, Tara, thank you. Tara took a shot of it. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Just, for whatever reason, I'm not going to worry about it. Tara, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. So that's a picture. I'll look at a close-up picture. Okay, so explain again what they're looking at here. Uh-oh. Let me turn my volume up. Oh, I don't hear you. Your mic is off. Oh, you had your mic off.
Yeah, sorry about that. But they were doing a dance off. You see how they were pointing at each other? One was dancing, and then they were pointing at the other one, and the other one was dancing, and they were pointing at that.
Yeah.
They were doing a little dance off when we were
Oh, wow.
here at the dance party. There's a being in between them that was dancing with them.
Yeah, I can see the being in between them too. Yeah.
You see him pointing at each other. He's going.
Yeah, and this is the thing. It's like that's because of the rift, because of so much energy in the room. You're seeing the physical bodies of my family, and eventually we'll try to get clear pictures of the faces too. And it's not always easy, but the fact that they're there. I mean, they actually come through the rift, and they like to take breaks. And sometimes her family, my family, and others, they all come into that one small room and start dancing. It gets pretty crowded.
Yeah, it does very quickly.
I mean, you would think you have to get a bouncer to get in there.
I'm telling you, thank goodness the fairies are little guys, so they don't take up much room. But when the command starts coming in, it gets really crowded.
The fairies can go wherever they want, but the big people, they come in through the rift. They take up a lot of space in that room. They do. Yeah, they all do love Atlas. That's right.
I know I have the one of your father doing that like Captain Morgan stand when he's with that device, and you can see his uniform. I'm looking for all the shots that I have on this phone of you, or of your family, so you can get these shots back.
And you'll be seeing that what she's showing you is that I have space parents, which is really important to know. I've talked about them before. April's talked about her parents before, and Johnny and Kit Kat and and Ches know how we all have connections in a way that's different. It's an extraordinary story from the beginning, since we all met last year. I don't remember when we first met anymore. It feels like forever.
It's been almost 2 years now.
Yeah, it's amazing. 2 years we've known each other. It feels like forever. It's like I've known these people all my life. Well, I have, because before I came to Earth, I did know them all my life.
And it's funny because it's true. We've grown up together, and it's like somehow it's like we were always familiar with each other, and we were immediately comfortable together. Immediately, there was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, we were immediately comfortable with each other. And here's one. Let me see if this one will come in. There you go. There's your dad.
Okay, we're gonna see the picture in just a second.
That's this. Oh, I'm sorry.
Uh,
I keep forgetting you have to
okay,
push it. Oh,
okay.
why is it
Is
coming
my
out
dad?
weird?
Is that the part where
That's
like it
his
looks like a?
uniform right here, and it's like the side view because we were all squished in with the
Oh
camera.
wow. So he's wearing his uniform. See the uniform?
Yes, yes, that's his
Wow, he's
formal uniform because that was before
uh,
we went up to our meeting with the council.
and that's part of his head right there. That the
Yes, yes,
energy
this
around
is
his that he has a
his
human
head,
head. You
and
can
this is his
see.
formal, like one of his formal uniforms.
Wow, look at that.
Isn't
So
that
take a
cool?
yeah, Tar. Tar. If you take a picture of that, that'd be good. So that's my dad. Yeah, he's very tall. How tall is he? About 8, 9 feet.
He is like 7.5, 8 foot tall.
Oh, 7.5, 8 foot tall. Okay. So
He's
this
really
is my
long.
dad, and
It
also I
depends
can
on what
say
he's
that.
wearing. If he's wearing like high boots, because he's got different types of uniforms, they all do have different
Hmm.
kinds of formal wear that they wear. Some of their
Yeah.
boots are like higher, so it makes them even taller.
Oh wow.
I like
Yeah.
I like stand like probably up to where the writing is compared to these guys. That's where the top of
Uh,
my head would come to.
yeah, and she's right. April's right about her height because you're
Oh,
not like that
5 foot.
tall. I mean, I know how tall you are, but look, see, he's where you can see his face is turned sideways. Now, if his face was totally in the camera, you would see his eyes, his nose, his
Yeah.
lips. But that's my dad. He's that's part of Hey Tyra, thank you. That's part of what he looks like, and my mother. I've never really gotten to see a good picture of my mom from the spaceship. And this is a great picture of my dad, the clearest picture I've seen. And how tall am I? I am 5'10". So he's taller than I am. He's 7, 8 feet tall, and I'm about 5'10".
Well, your
You
true
know.
space form, I believe you're closer to 8 foot tall.
Oh yeah, that would be, and you probably are as well, 7 feet, 8 feet tall, in your true space body, right?
Definitely.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm gonna skedaddle out for a second. I'm here. I'm just
Yeah,
pulling up pictures.
pulling up pictures. So, welcome to our show, Ashtar Command Q&A and contact information. And we're sharing pictures of April's sharing pictures of my family on the ship that come from the Ashtar Command. And you all should know that you do have family beyond other planets that you've never met yet. Just like we're showing you here, everybody has a connection to the stars, some planetary system, and eventually who will all get to meet those members of your family that you have not met in your life. For me, uh, you know, I'm gonna let April narrate these things.
This
I
is
have no idea.
Nick. He's an Ashtar Command guard. His mine, Kit Kat, and the commanders and all of our friends. Kit Kat is actually his superior. He's one of the guards posted at my home to protect me. This is one of his official helmets. It's only pushed over his eyes because the fairies weren't expecting him to show up out of a rift, and one of them was up here and pushed the helmet over his eyes, but you can see his face pretty good in this one. They often wear uniforms like this that have that leotard thing that like cover the face and only shows like this part of the face, but it covers like it pulls their hair and stuff back. So when they're on planet, they have free range to move about and they don't have their hair constricting them
Yeah,
in
yeah,
case they need to argue for any reason.
yeah. And that hopefully doesn't happen too often, but
No, no.
and and Nick has always, so we all have what you call mine are the guards I have. I never really see them, but that's all right. I kind of know they're there.
Hmm.
I know it and one thing I've been told, a psychic that talked to my family members in a crystal shop that our friends have here in our town, said that when I do my lives, there's a portal that's open every time I'm live, and so they said your husband has to close the portal. And so when I knew that, people don't know this. I do a prayer at the end of my thing, and I actually have to send people over the galactic portal. And I have angels They say I have angels. I bring the angels, and the angels help bring the people across the thing. So then, before I go to sleep, I close the portal. We amp up all the energies in the apartment house and clear all the energy out, and then I go to sleep. I do this. I do this as a routine. Many people know this, but I do this. I never say it, but I do it, and then I close the portal down, which I have to do. Just to make sure there's nothing here. It's just because the energy I have is so strong that I didn't know I was doing that. And they psychic told me, yeah, this is a while ago, a long time ago. And you're going to be seeing more pictures. We're going to be, as we get into this, we'll be talking about what the new Earth is going to be like, because it's going to be kind of a lot different than we all understand planet Earth to be. The Earth that we live on now we've been used to this particular kind of way of life here, and I completely understand it, because you get used to doing things. You want to go to the local, mall, or you want to go to wherever. So it's going to be done in a way as we transform our planet into what we call the new Earth. You're not going into another planet somewhere. This planet's going to become that planet. So when people say the new Earth 3 years, people are saying, I can't wait to get to the new Earth. There's nowhere to get to. It's right here. It's all here. It's all going to be here. It's not going to be somewhere else out in the distance. It's all going to be here.
While we are on the arcs, and they are, reversing the aging process that was, pushed on us, and they are also giving us back our memories and all of that. While we are going through that, the Earth will be going through a geological change. And while she's basically going to be giving herself a facelift and fixing herself because of all the yuck and stuff that we have put into her, we still have a lot of work to do, guys. We have a lot of work to do, as far as helping people, looking out for each other. We still have our planet to, finish cleaning up and correcting. She's going to do most of the work, but we still have stuff we're going to need to do, guys. It's they're here to give us a hand up, not a handout. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, I love that. A hand up, and not a handout. That's so
Right.
true. People think that historically, since the internet's happened, and all the social media applications. Oh, who's that?
That's your father coming through the rift. That's his face.
Oh, wow.
There you
Tara,
go.
if you can take a picture of that, that'd be great. That's a frontal picture of my father. You can see his head, and does he have like long hair?
He does have long hair, but he's still only his face had come through the rift at that point. But I got the picture of his face, so I was like, I really wanted you to have so you could see what his face looked like.
Wow,
he's still
that's pretty
a little
cool.
bit wonky because he is quite handsome. He's still a little bit wonky, but at least you can see they are very humanoid, guys. Very, very humanoid. People think that they've got scales and they're all crazy looking.
Yeah.
They're not. They are
That's not the way it is.
look
No.
just like us.
Yeah. That's all that CGI AI garbage that people this is what happens. But he's a very beautiful, and I know when I see him, he's probably gonna look better looking than I am. I'm gonna be jealous. I was just kidding. But that's
Don't let
another
the commander
picture.
fool you. I have seen his starseed body, and he is quite hunky, ladies.
Oh boy, you're gonna
He's
get me
going
in
to be in a
trouble.
lot of trouble. His wife is going to be swatting him left and right.
Yeah, when I go off planet, I told my family, don't worry, there's nothing going on up there.
No galactic hanky panky.
No, I don't want to have any problems.
There isn't, guys. He's asleep. He doesn't know what's going on. He's got his little crystals going on in his beard.
Yeah, I'm just like totally in stasis right now, and I'll get to see my space self when I go up there too, which is gonna be kind of cool.
It is so weird. It's such a weird experience. I can't wait for you guys to go through it too. It is so
Yeah.
weird to see yourself because you're like you're gonna want to look at every inch of you to see if it feels familiar somehow.
Mm. And when you see your body in stasis, is it like protected in like a glass kind of protection?
So hold on, I will show you. Let me pop my face back in here really quickly.
Yeah,
Hang on.
just to give you an education, folks, about what that, you hear the word, April and I use the word stasis. So just so you understand what that means.
So let me show you. So picture a crystal like this connected into a machine, but this would be completely clear. Our bodies are floating in some sort of gaseous air state inside of
Mm.
this.
Oh, wow.
And then a top part of this right here would like open up for us to get in and out of. But it's weird. It's not quite gas. It's not quite air, and it's not water. It's like this weird flowy
Yeah.
stuff that's going around. So what it looks like is it looks like we're like floating in like air. Our
Yeah.
hair is like actually moving and kind of waving with the
Wow.
stuff going over us. It's really cool.
Wow. I can't wait to see that. I know you'll give us a tour when we all come together on the ship for the first time.
There's like a big, huge, like pillar of a machine, and then we're all connected. Our the five of us are
Yeah.
all connected. Well, the five of us, and then it's a huge tower. So it's the five of us down below, and then up above us are some of our family members that are still down here on planet.
Oh, really? Oh, interesting. Interesting. I know that Luna has seen my daughter, who's 26. I remember a while ago, she said my daughter was very beautiful. I think you had mentioned that, Luna. Did you say that, or did I just? I can't remember where that came from. But she had visually seen my daughter, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's yeah. My daughter's very much into the crystals. When she was a kid, we'd always buy her crystals and stuff. She's really into it. I think she's connected to the stars too. I know she's connected. I don't know yet.
Your daughter is your daughter up there. I'm finding some of the stuff is kind of new to me too. So what I have found out is that the space people keep families together. So say like you're a parent and you have a starseed child, they would somehow integrate that starseed child down with in your human life somehow.
Yeah.
Either whether it actually be your child on planet,
Yeah.
or they somehow get that child into your life, but they make it happen. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So she's been on my live. She comes to my live every once in a while and monitors me. She'll just come out as B, and I'll say hello. How are you? She physically she doesn't talk about it. It's really kind of weird. Like, she knows this stuff, but she doesn't want to talk about it. Isn't that the way it is?
She's not willing to admit it yet. She feels it. She probably completely feels it, but it would feel, if she said it out loud, it would make it true. That's what most girls think.
I think she's a little bit embarrassed too to say it, but she knows. I mean, she hears me. I told her a long time ago about us all going. I told her, I want you to know that me, your father, is going to be going off planet, but I'll be coming back multiple times. But you don't have to worry about it. I just want you to know that she understood it. I told her a long time ago, a couple months ago, and she said, we don't talk about much, but I know she knows. She knows that we're going off the planet soon, and she's I think she's at peace with it. I try to be very transparent with my family, with my wife, my daughter, and her boyfriend. I told him the other day. He knows. Well, I kind of hinted at it, but he now knows that I'm going to be doing this. He doesn't think I'm crazy or anything, so that's good.
Okay, hang on. Let me find the rest of these pictures for you. But yeah, so they what they have been doing, what I am recently finding out, is that they have been trying to keep star families together. So say you're a mother and you have a star child. That star child would come down with you and somehow be put into your life that you're living at the time. because most of us will, we know most of us don't ever learn all our lessons with the first life. We will stay down here until we learn the lessons we are supposed to.
Very
So
true. Very
some
true.
of us will have lived a couple of lives down here.
Well, she was always a special little girl because when we had a child, we didn't think we were going to be able to have a baby, and we were blessed with her. She was the best blessing in the whole universe, and and I think she really is tuned into a lot of things. Pretty amazing kid.
He's not a proud father.
I'm not proud at all. No.
No, not you.
No, not me. No.
Aww.
But the love that the love that I have, for my own kid is amazingly very. I mean, it's strong. I mean, I look at her eyes, and she is just a pure soul of light. She is the purest soul of light I've ever seen, and I might be biased because she is, my part of my family, but she is very much tuned in. She really is.
When your daughter was born off planet, I was there with you, and you said to me, I have never been truly in love my whole life until I just laid eyes on this little girl. And you told me that you, at that moment, that you looked at me and said, I will do anything to protect her.
Yes,
and I was just
absolutely.
like, oh, it was truly special. Like I remembered that.
Yeah, and I do. I mean, I'm very protective of her.
You looked down on her with so much love in your eyes. I for the first time got an inkling of what fathers actually feel like when they see their children for the first time.
It's a beautiful thing. It really is. Who is the space mom? Oh, that's an interesting question.
What's that?
Someone's asking who was the space mom.
Oh,
That's an interesting question.
Time will tell.
Time will tell.
Mm-hmm.
But I have nothing to worry about because I'm, happily married on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
And even my wife is, she's had contact. I didn't talk about this with people, but we were coming home, this before we got married, and in her apartment house, we came in, there was a space woman in her bedroom. And when the space woman noticed that we got back in the house, they just disappeared. Yeah, this was years ago. This is back before we got married. We got married in 1998. Yeah, so, but...
So here we go. Here's this one. Hang on. That's your, oops, I'm sorry, like you can see that. That's your Captain Morgan stand one. That's your dad with the weather device when they were putting the spigots of water back in the purified water. That's your father. That you can't, it's this page kind of cuts it off. I'll send you the picture. I'll send you all these pictures.
And as
somebody grab that for him.
And someone grab, and then you can see my father with his arm, his human arm on the object, and you can see his head there, his neck, his leg is facing forward. So that's my father outside with the device.
And if you look very closely, there is an elf working with him right here, leaning. You can see his little butt kind of sitting down on the device right here. He was over there working with them. The elves and fairies and Bigfoot beings work with the Ashtar Command, but there is an elf right here.
Yeah, see that. Mill Lane, you're asking a question. Why would a space woman be in your house?
Why would
I don't know. A space woman be in your house? I'm not sure I understand the question. A space woman be in your house. Can you explain that question? I don't know how to answer it. And welcome everybody to Ashtar Command Q&A with myself and Commander April. This is our night to share things and we're slowly sharing a little bit about family off planet. Why would she not be in their house? That's before marriage. Yeah, this the space person was there, and then the day after, we had a unmarked military helicopter hovering above the apartment complex, all the way up in the sky with antennas. So, yeah, that was a long time ago. Elena's saying is Friends with Furry at higher vibrational level is at a higher vibrational level for them to only communicate with her. Elena, I guess the question for you, April, would be, I think I understand it. Is Friends with Furries at higher vibrational level for them to only communicate with her? They communicate with her directly. I mean, they come in through the rift, and they also communicate through her phone. There's multiple ways in which they communicate with Commander April.
Are they talking about the fairies or the Ashtar Command? I didn't see the whole question. I'm sorry. I was
Elena, are you talking about the fairies or the Ashtar Command? Matter of fact, let me do this here. Are you talking about the Ashtar Command or the fairies? I'm going to go back up and see if I. Let me see. I'm going to go back. I'm trying to see the question. And I will get to each question, and transfer it up. So, Elena, can you ask the question? Are you talking about the fairies or the Ashtar Command? So I know it, so then April can answer the question. Let's see here. She's asking about the fairies. The fairies, I mean.
I've had the fairy sight my whole life. And so I don't know if it's just me, because I know there's other people around the world who can see these beings. The only difference between me and other people are that most people have been convinced that these beings are not real, that they don't exist. So your mind blocks it out. Your mind will trick you into believing that what the other people are telling you is real. As you get to know these beings, as you get to learn about these beings, you will start seeing these beings. I am not the only one. Everybody has the capability of seeing these beings. It's just we have convinced ourselves over the years that it's our own brains tricking us, basically. So we've convinced ourselves that these beings aren't real, that they don't exist, that maybe it is only in fairy tales. And once you realize that these beings are real and you start really paying attention to like fine details, you too can start seeing them again. Everybody has the capability of seeing these beings. The only difference is I didn't ever forget that these beings live with us and exist around us all the time.
Yeah. Beautifully stated, Commander. And let's see here. Okay, I'm gonna catch every question. So give me a chance. I'll catch questions for. Are they Cat 12775? Are they spiritual or physical for Ashtar Command? Are you asking, Cat, if the Ashtar Command is physical? If you're asking physical, yes. Is that I'm to understand? But the Ashtar Command are spiritual people that are physical beings. So yes, just like you would be a spiritual person in human form here, many of you are spiritual people that have a reality of understanding as human beings that you want something different. So you're spiritual beings having a human experience. The Ashtar Command are men and women from other planets that are spiritual to begin with and are physical, yes, if that's your question. Yeah, Lena, yes, we are space family, correct.
Yeah, we grew up together. We grew up in the same home. Our parents are best friends. So if you could picture the types of family that, or the type of closeness that, when one family moves, the other family goes with them, or when one family's traveling, they travel together. That's just the way we do things. We're a very, very close knit community of space people. We really are. Our families have been friends for hundreds of years. Kit Kat's family before her true space parents didn't make it, and before she came to live with us and grow up in my household, um, my their family. Or let me back that up. I cannot talk today. I don't know what is wrong with me.
You're doing
But
all right.
her
You're doing fine.
her family, her mom and dad were also best friends with mine and Commander's parents as well. Just like how me and Kit Kat and Johnny, how we're all like really close friends. That's the way our space parents are. So of course the children would be close because we all grew up together around each other, oftentimes living under the same roof.
Hmm. Elaine in 99 is saying, why can't they communicate directly with Commander? I think she's talking about communicating with me.
They choose one person out of each group that they communicate with. This is why I don't make those choices. It's not anything I chose, or it's just something that these guys chose. They know what they're doing. We have to have faith in their process, because everything that they have said so far has come to pass.
Yeah.
They just like with Deborah. There's a lady named Deborah in here. She is also one of the groups of five, and she is the one that they communicate with in her group. She's the one that Ashtar talks to and all of that. Just like how they do with me, they do the same thing with Deborah. She is the leader of their group. I am the leader of our group.
And the other thing is, when we learned that it could have been any one of us that they could have done it to, we don't control that part, nor would and it's not a matter of even controlling it. We're all content knowing that the way they have it set up, we learned a lot about this whole thing of the group of five, the way the Ashtar Command does it. If it were me and I was going off the planet constantly, I would be having April, Kit Kat, Johnny, and Chesno in my group of five. But we're all very content. We all understand from our space family why this is the way it's done, and none of us has any ego. We have a full trust in each other.
Yeah.
We've known each other for a long time, and we trust April, and she's doing great work. And that's what's so important for me is the things like, for example, my father. I know April's been gifted with the ability that we're able to remotely remove implants. That is something when we first met, we didn't do that. It wasn't something we did, you
Yeah.
know, but it's something we do. We don't just like, we do it for free, and we're not. And I don't even neither one of us, when we take out implants, we do it because it's part of our mission work to help people.
Right.
We do it out of love and out of kindness, and because no ET of a lower vibration should have ever, or even the government, implanted things in people's bodies.
Yeah, they should have never
And so,
tampered with any human being ever.
yeah,
And we're here to put a stop to that.
yeah.
The commander and I are very comfortable with our gifts. The other three also have the capability of doing it. They are not so much as comfortable with doing it as me and the commander are, but it's okay. It is definitely okay. They will, if they so choose to and want to help somebody, they know they have the capability of doing it. Me and the commander are very comfortable with helping other people the way we do, and so that's what we do.
Mm.
There's no ego in anything that we do. We share everything, including our thoughts, most of the time. Like if I'm having a bad day, the commander immediately knows I'm having
Oh,
a
I
bad day.
know.
I don't
I
even
know
need
it.
to tell him. I don't even need to
You
tell him.
know,
He's already
I
calling
don't
me. My
even.
phone's blowing
I
up
don't
off
even
the
like to.
hook.
I don't like to see anybody in our group or anybody in general have a bad day, but especially someone who's having to do the mission work that they have to do as much. Not only that, and also have to be on Earth to have a family life and go through the things we all do as Earth people. It's not easy when you have to do two things, especially doing the mission work and being the key person for our group to go off planet constantly, it's not easy. You know, people say, "Well, I'd like to do that." It's not easy. It's
Uh,
not as easy as you think it is.
you say that until you're actually the one having to do it.
Yeah,
It's a lot, guys. It is truly, truly a lot, and it can be very, very overwhelming at times. And I am not going to lie, and Deborah will agree with me because her and I chat often. That it is definitely not easy. And here, but the beautiful thing is that we have all found each other, and we all support each other, regardless of
yeah,
whoever is going through what. We all know that we can count on each other, and that's
yeah,
the beautiful thing about these groups is that we are so closely knit that we know what each other is thinking. We know we are connected in like that. Where if the commander cut his foot, my foot would start hurting. That's how close that we
yeah.
all
Basically,
five
that's
are.
true. Yeah, I think Elena was saying, Elena 99. She was meaning, her question actually was about how come my space family doesn't visit me, I think is what she was saying. She just mentioned, no, your space family commander. So she's talking about my mom and dad and everything. Why aren't they coming here? Is that's your question, Elena? I'll let Commander April answer that question.
Because they really truly are not supposed to interfere with our normal human lives. The only reason why they kind of intertwine themselves with my life is because I'm in connection with them already. But they try not to interfere the human experience that the rest of the group is going through because they still have lessons to learn as I do. But that's the reason why they are not like completely bombarding the other ones, the other people
Right.
in the group. They just don't want to overwhelm them. They are not supposed to actually be doing that.
No,
It would
and they
interfere
communicate
with
with
their
us.
human experience.
Yeah, and they do. They're watching the show. When April and I are doing our own thing during the week, they watch our shows. They see us on the spaceship. They have monitoring systems. They can see everything. They can see right now. They're watching everything, and they enjoy what we're doing because we're helping people. We're educating the Earth population, and we will eventually be able to educate the whole planet. But we're doing some things here that have never been done on this planet on any kind of social media, and
And
it,
trust me, they do interfere when they need to because they have contacted the commander many of times. Women's voices giving him warnings.
oh yeah,
All kinds of different things are happening. When mine and the commander's live was interrupted by the government, they tried to infiltrate our live and listen in on our show. The Ashtar Command completely cut the show out, and everybody's phones were going nuts.
yeah, they were.
But everything was cut out. They cut their communications out, and then they tried again to get back into the live. And the command was like they were talking across the phones. They were cutting communications off. Everybody's phones were going nuts. Trust me,
I
they.
remember that. April and I
Mhm.
do remember that night. That was something else. And they even used dogs barking to make. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, not the dogs, but and not even my cat. But yeah. So the government cannot interfere with what we're doing here in social media. Eventually, a lot more people are going to come to us once they find out the truth. Like I said, it's not going to be something that you're going to be watching. You're not going to be, these congressional hearings. I think are basically meaningless because if you want disclosure, you're talking to two people here, one of which is on our group of five that is being off the planet on the ships quite often with information at meetings with the councils. There's a lot of stuff going on right now that are going to things that will affect the planet on a lot of levels right now, and it's going to get we were in November's year and a year and a month away from what is going to be contact. And there's still a lot of work to be done. It's not like, there's a lot going on right now off planet that you'd have no idea. You would have no idea what's happening. but the intensity of these things is pretty amazing. Yeah,
Yeah,
let's see.
we don't know an exact date. We have no idea when. I mean, it could happen tomorrow. We don't know. That's the
Yeah.
simplest way of putting it. We do not know when contact is going to happen. We just know that it's coming up. We know that what we do know is that we know it's coming up soon. We know that before contact will happen, we will all go off planet together. I will come and get the commander and Kit Kat and Chesno and Johnny, and we will all go off planet together. We will go to dimensional inner Earth. Well, first we'll meet with the High Council. Then we'll go to dimensional inner Earth. We will go to Atlantis. We will receive gifts to be able to help us in our mission. And then we will go on this secret mission that we have known about from the start. We will do this mission. This mission has to happen before contact can happen. And then the commander will do his show, his broadcast, and then as contact is going on, they'll put his communication contact with the world on loop. We will come off the ships, and they'll let us know from there what we're supposed to be doing.
And what April's talking about is when because I'm involved before I came to Earth. I knew this for many years when I got old enough, after being a kid, that I knew when I met my friend, my Ashtar Athena, who's a beautiful soul. She's in her 70s. She's a very beautiful Venusian. And, when I met her, I learned so much more about who I was. I always wake up more and more. But with the ship, I've always talked about it for 21 years that I was involved in intergalactic communications before coming to the planet Earth. I knew that 21 years ago. And, I just knew that I had to utilize this form of communications, which I adapted to, which was not, I considered it primitive from where I come from off planet with the way I communicate with intergalactic ways with other particular planets and people and ships and so forth. And so they have it all set up. They know what they're doing. April has, given me understanding of how that would work from the councils. And what will happen is when they are ready to do this, and when April is being told to get us together, we'll all be going together. We'll be, leaving the Earth and going on the ship at that point. Then what will happen is, and I've gotten a lot of clarity since then. I shared with April, I had a dream one night that I saw the inside of the communication center of the ship. I don't know what to call it other than a communication center in my Earth-based languaging, but it is a beautiful, like a white room. It's like a circular room, and there are monitoring screens, not like on Earth. These are like monitoring screens, and there's like a sitting area where one can sit and actually be very comfortable. So I'll be sitting in some sort of a chair. The chair is not it's just a very comfortable seat, for lack of a better languaging. They will at that point have me speak in every language on the planet. They have translators. So the translators will take the English word that I speak, whatever that is that I say, and it will be translated. After I'm done with the broadcast to over 8 billion people on the planet, then, like April said, we will walk off the ship, and I'll let April continue with that part of it, how that's going to work, and where we're going to be when that happens.
So while Commander is doing his broadcast, Kit Kat, Johnny, and myself and Chesno will be walking off the ships, and Commander will be performing his he'll do a live broadcast at first, and then they will put it on a loop, so it'll just be repeating itself. While all that's going on, we'll get more training and know more about what we're going to do. All I know right now at this point, what they have explained to me is Kit Kat, Johnny, and myself and Chesno will be, the four of us will be walking off the ship wherever they decide to land this one specific ship. And this will be happening all over the world, guys. This will be all the groups of five, the 15 groups of five will be walking off the ships. It'll all happen simultaneously. And Commander will be off in the communications room recording this live that will be put on loop. So we at least know that that's going to happen. What is supposed to happen after that, I don't know. That will happen. We'll get more information because they don't want to spill too much of the beans right off. That's what we know so far. Is what's going to happen. But they will train us and let us know like what next steps are when we're all together and go off planet, from what I'm understanding.
And April understands it pretty good, and we can only tell you what they've given to share, because and she said it's very true that they are not going to spill the beans, because they, first of all, we don't want to let any. What we do tell you is that, oh, this is happening. There's a lot of other stuff happening that they will know when to tell April, and they will probably in our dream state tell Kit Kat, myself, Chesno, and Johnny. We'll probably get transmissions in our consciousness too. So it's not like when they are ready to share something and they want the public to know about it, April and I will bring it to you. April will also, we'll discuss it here. We'll be able to answer your questions and let people. I'm going to turn it over to April. Someone had another question. Well, go ahead, April.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I saw. Will they take out the giant pyramid in Antarctica? No, they will not be taking out the giant pyramid, and that's one of ours. The pyramid is one of ours.
Oh, see, that's something that I didn't even know.
The pyramid is that is actually hang on, just let me flip this camera around really quick. No, hang on. Shoot, sorry.
Take your time, no problem. You're doing good. You're doing good.
My camera does not want to work now. Anyways, so the no, don't do that. It's trying to throw me out of the live.
No, don't do that.
My camera won't turn. Oh no.
Camera work. Ashtar Command, help her out here.
It's
Command
okay.
not enough.
Okay, I got it. Maybe no. Give me a minute. Sorry, guys.
It's okay. And while you're doing that, I'm going to answer a question. Aaliyah says, Is it possible the negative ETs are trying to keep some of us from our space family?
Yes.
Yes, that would be true, but we're not going to let that happen to you.
No. So the Ashtar Command symbol is actually this pyramid. So the pyramid ships that are there, it's actually it's not actually so much a ship as it is free energy. That's where a lot of the command pull some of their energy in that part of the world. So we won't be taking that out. We kind of need it. Yeah.
So Leah, hopefully that answers your question. We're not going to let any of you be separated from your cosmic star family. No.
Right.
The negative ET. Yeah.
There was one more question in here. Oops, what was that question? Hang on, I just saw it. It was just before that one.
Oh, before that one?
Yeah.
Let's see. White Orchard Annie. I want to go on the ship. Let's see here. I don't see it. I'm going the other way to see. Oh, wait a minute. UFO, UAP, Sky Scanner. That you already answered that question.
Yes, I found all the puzzle pieces are starting to fit together as time is moving forward. Like things have been said and comments have been made and none of it made any sense to me. You guys got to remember that, I'm still all new at this too. I didn't get all my memories back at first and they were talking to me as if I knew like what I was doing. I had no clue what I was doing. I had to figure stuff out as I was going along. And It's anybody who says that they want this job, it sounds fun and
Right. It's
fantastical and everything. It truly is not. It's confusing. It's hard work. I get laughed at a lot, by them and by us.
yeah.
I'm doing my best, guys. It is
And
not easy.
physically, April gets tired too. It's not, can you imagine going through a rift on a ship in 2 seconds and an hour later you're coming home and you're away for almost a month off planet? You don't know how much work that she has to go through on the planet. It's not like, oh, fun and games. Oh, let's play Scrabble or something.
No,
It's not
it's
like that
not.
at all.
There's a lot of learning, a lot of teaching, a lot of getting to know the different types of space beings, a lot of listening, and a lot of being very, very, very patient. And then, a lot of the space people are, for lack of better words, smartasses. So they think it's funny to play jokes on the human.
Yeah, they do. They do.
They do stuff to me all the time. Like they're terrible. Don't let them fool you. Space people think that they are funny.
Yeah, and so your perception of space people,
They're pretty
you'll,
awesome.
you they do have. They're not only awesome. Obviously they love April, for the work she's doing, but they like to give her, they like to play games with her. They
Terrible.
do.
They're so bad. So bad. Gan, who is an Anunnaki, who was my first Anunnaki that I had ever met. And mind you, I'm going like this to talk to him because he's huge. I mean, his head is like the size of my whole body. And I'm trying to have a complete I was so nervous talking to this being, and I'm like being like very serious and trying to, answer questions the correct way and trying to remember questions to ask, and he had me there for over an hour explaining to him why we use toilet paper. What was the
Yeah,
significance of it?
that
He
that
didn't
was
understand
that's right.
about it. And he's sitting there, he laughs so he still laughs at me about that. He thinks it's funny that I had to sit there for an hour nervously and going, "Oh my God, what? Why do I have to explain about toilet paper?"
Right, like that's the biggest issue of the planet. It's amazing. I remember that story too. Let's see. Okay, so I think that you answered Aaliyah's question. So after meeting you, all the puzzle pieces are coming together. I think was that. Did you answer that
No, there
question?
was another one before that. I'm just trying to go
Oh,
through real quick. Going through inner earth for the first time freaked me out. It didn't me. I thought it was kind of cool how we went through the first time. We actually went through the top of Stonehenge to get there. What tripped me out is how quickly we went through the portal because there was a kid standing on the side of it taking a selfie of himself, and his hair actually blew back, but he didn't even see us. We went through with such speed. So if you don't know, that's a portal. We use it often to travel to places like dimensional inner earth. I can't find it. It just disappeared on me.
yeah. The person at the door says, "Is the intergalactic being the auto banned to the ship?" Okay, I'm not sure what you mean. You are talking. Adore, can you repeat that? Your words got a little bit jumbled in your sentence. Is the intergalactic being the auto ban to the ship? I don't understand that. Let's see if we can.
What is
What's going?
this? I need to get my glasses on. I can't.
Adore says, okay, I think she's is the intergalactic being the auto ban to the ship, and then she says, she's saying to communicate.
Okay,
So
so I can tell you that um if this is what you're asking, so my ship is a living entity, right? It's a living, breathing, shape-shifting being. And it's a female. Only a female commander can command a female entity ship. If it was a male ship, it would need to be a male commander. And these ships are connected in with my true inner star self. They are connected in with everything that I am, goes into everything that this ship is. So these ships move at the speed of thought. If that makes sense. So
And tell them, April, when you went to learn how to operate your ship, it's a beautiful story. It's funny, but also beautiful.
So the first time I realized that I was still connected to my ship, I was on the ship. We were in the helm, and somebody was having a conversation with me, and they were showing me pictures of the different. They were showing me map systems of the different galaxies, and so I'm looking at this really cool because the way they show things, it's like you're actually in the middle of the star system, so you're like standing in it and it feels like you can reach out and touch these stars, right? So I'm standing there and I'm looking at how cool this stuff is, and I was thinking to myself, I thought to myself, man, I would have given anything to seen the my like my dream would have been to see the rings of Saturn. I always wanted to see the rings of Saturn up close. The ship heard me. All of a sudden, we take off. We stopped, like did this dead stop, and we were right above the rings of Saturn. The floor went translucent,
Oh,
so
wow.
the ship was giving me a better view so I could actually see the rings. I freaked out. I wasn't, these guys knew this was going to happen. I had no clue this was going to happen. I thought I was going to fall. So I'm reaching out, my dad standing next to me. There's a couple of other beings. I immediately started like crumbling because I thought I was falling, and I grabbed onto my space dad's pants because I was trying to reach onto anything around me so I didn't fall. And I panicked and grabbed onto his pants, and I almost pulled his pants off.
Oh, no. I kind of remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be me. I'm the only one that would do something like that. The first time I actually got to drive the ship, and that was another funny one. So they asked me if I wanted to. We were transporting some of the first arcs that got transported to our planet. We were transporting a bunch of them to a dimensional pocket, and they asked me if I wanted to drive the ship, and I was like, first I was hesitant, then I was like, sure. I told them I didn't remember how, and they're like, just tell the ship what to do. And I'm like, but I spoke it instead of thought it. But I said it out loud. I was like, okay, move forward. I said, okay, so move forward. And there's smaller fleets of ships that are around that travel with my ship. So I drive one of their very large working ships. It's the ships that show up when business needs to happen. So there are smaller fleets of ships, the smaller ships, the 2-man, 1-man ships that fly in formation around these larger ships. Well, there was some of the smaller ships were, sitting still in front of the bigger ship, and I'm like, okay, move forward. I thought that when I said that the ship would automatically go around the smaller ships. Oh no, 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 no. I was heading straight for several smaller ships, and it was still going forward at my command. I'm like, no, 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 stop, 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 stop. The ship listened very well. It stopped, stop, 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 stop. Everybody's heads on the ship were going like this because the ship was stop, 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 stopping.
Stop.
It was like trying to drive a stick shift for the first time.
Oh, my
They
God.
started to laugh. I was so embarrassed. I finally did get the hang of it, but I gave everybody whiplash. I can't even imagine what the people on the other floors were going through because the ship went. Oh my gosh, it was so embarrassing, guys. All their
Oh, my
heads, like
gosh.
all I could see was their heads going on.
I'm envisioning you doing this with the ship and all these hundreds and hundreds of people bopping their heads back and forth, and then
And
finding it
that's
very
what
funny.
happened. Oh my gosh, I was humiliated. Then you hear like an outburst of laughter. They laughed so hard at me, and I still every time I go on the ship, somebody, one of them, that's why I said they're smart asses. They're like, watch out for that ship, or they'll be like, stop, 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 stop. You know, and I'm just like, okay.
You're telling the story so well. It's, because you were there. I mean, you obviously experienced it. And then, now there's some questions here.
Thank you.
Elena's saying, how many continents, April? How many continents have you visited, and which one is your favorite?
That's a good question. I have, let me see. I've never counted. I would say total like 4 or 5 different continents. But I, smaller cities, smaller areas, outskirts, mountaintops, all different kinds. I've been off planet, in different dimensions, several times. But let me tell you, my two hands down, it's a toss up. Two hands down favorite places: Ireland, because of the portholes that they have there to the fairy realm, and I would say Alaska, because
Alaska.
they have a beautiful space station there that's right against the ocean, and they have this thick ice. It looks like glass, but it's made of ice that goes all the way down to the bottom of the ocean's floors, and it allows you to communicate with the sea life there. It's the most beautifulest thing. It's like you're walking. It's like the whole space station is an aquarium. It's
Oh, wow.
beautiful,
It must
truly
be.
beautiful.
Wow, that's great. That's amazing. And White Orchard Annie says, April, do you have a different name with the Ashtar Command, or are you addressed as Commander April?
I am addressed as Commander April. I have been known in other. This is something that I just recently found out. So recently I was having a little bit of a nervous breakdown. I was overtired. I was
Yeah.
feeling a lot of negative energy. I went to one of my favorite places to meditate. I sat down. There was fairy rings at this place. There was a circle of trees. This place has nothing but circles of everything: circles of trees, circles of chairs. There was a fairy ring inside of a fairy ring around a circle of trees.
Hmm.
I sat down in the middle of this fairy ring, and I just started meditating and releasing this negative energy. I had to. I was in tears 90% of the time. I was just harboring some ugly moods, and a lot of it had to do with the shifts of the planet and stuff, but I needed to release it. So I stopped at this place. I sat there, and I was sitting there for a very long time, just really getting into my emotions and releasing them all. This beam of light comes down from up there, and I kept hearing voices repeating themselves. It kept saying, "You are mother, you are mother, you are mother." Not like how I'm saying it, but it
Right,
was
right,
like
right,
in
right, right,
whisper.
right.
And then there was another word that they were saying underneath, and it kept saying, "You are brave, you are brave, you are brave." And I couldn't make out what it was saying. All I could hear
Hmm.
was, "You are brave, you are brave, you are brave." And I was like, "What?" And I'm listening, and I think whoever was sending me this message realized that I couldn't hear what the other word was, because I kept going, "What? What?"
Yeah.
And I'm saying this out loud because I'm freaking out that this light's on me and all these voices are going on. And then it just like a big burst goes at me, and it's so much so it knocked me back into the grass, because I was sitting on my butt in a yoga sits sitting in a yoga stance, I guess is however you want to call it. And
Hmm.
I got knocked back into the grass. But when that bolt happened, the voices became extremely clear, and it like yelled at me and said, "You are Freya." I didn't understand what any of that meant because it kept saying you are mother, and every single space being that I have encountered has said this to me at one point or another. They have all said you are mother, and at first I thought they said because you're a mother, and I was like, well, yeah, obviously I'm a mom. I have like umpteen million kids, you know. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm a mom, you know. But no, that's not what they were saying. And then when that voice happened, it said you are Freya. I was known on the planet before, hundreds of years ago, as Freya. I was also known as Isis.
Oh wow.
Yeah, this
That's
is all new to me. This is all new information that I am finding out, because they're starting to give me some of my past, not just my memories. They're giving me information about my past and who I was in my past lives.
oh wow. I just lost my.
So I'm
Okay. Here.
still by some of the space beings, I am still referred to as Freya, but I am also referred to as they. My name was chosen correctly, and that's not the only thing, guys. My name actually means those things. My actual human name now actually means those things. I didn't know that my human name was given to me for a reason, and it's because those were the names I was known by in my past lives.
Wow. Don't mind me. I'm just as we're talking, I just unplugged something by accident here, and we will have it all. Here we go. I'm trying to get back to the
Like
lighting.
that light's pretty.
I'm trying to get back to the blue lighting.
I thought I got one. I got so excited because I got a little space guy, and I thought it was that space guy.
Mm-hmm.
I was so excited. I ran to my room. I stuffed that thing with batteries. I shut off all the lights. I laid back, got comfortable on my 5 million pillows. I turn it on, and it's just a nightlight. I was
Oh
so
boy.
mad. I was so disappointed. I wanted one so bad. I thought I was going to be going to sleep and it was going to look like the stars. I got all comfortable. I even lit an incense and everything just to get all up in the mood. Nope. It was a nightlight.
Yeah, this thing I got last Christmas, and I'm trying. I'm gonna put it back down here because I'm actually messing with
I
it.
know. I was so upset. I really wanted one. And they're only like $5, but I
Yeah.
was mad. I was really mad. I thought, and I sat back, I lit an incense, I got all comfortable, and I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to go, I'm going to lay here, I'm going to meditate, I'm going to look like I'm in the stars, it's going to feel really comfortable. Nope, nope.
Yeah.
It was just a nightlight.
Just a
I have
nightlight.
it in my bathroom.
And the thing is, I always like on Sunday nights to do the lighting when we do these things because I want people to feel a sense of being in another place, another space, and really helps people get out of the earth realm, 3D world of thinking. And it works really well. And I think it's a beautiful thing. And then with the pictures you share, the narration, we bring people into a different space and understanding of the universe and all the things, all the trials and tribulations. Like I say, we're all human beings. You know, April's human. We're all human, just like everybody else. We're no different. We're just having this extraordinary thing happen that we never. If I hadn't gone on TikTok, who knows? But I was actually guided here, and this is how this whole thing started. And then April got to start taking on the spaceship with the command. I've been working with the command for as long as I've been able to know what the command was. And then April started, I knew about the fairies. I learned about the fairies from April. And then I met Chesno and I met Kit Kat. I met her in person from Long Island a couple times. And I also met, online on here, I met Johnny. So that there's a whole story about how we all came together. And it's a very beautiful story. And, you know, we're the tightest knit group of five you'll ever meet. We're like so tight. There's nothing that can break us apart from what we are going to do. We have each other's backs. We look at the bigger picture, which is the planet. Well, we don't care about people's personal things or anything. We're interested in helping the whole planet get ready for transition from the way we live now to the way we're going to live as a society on this planet. And the way we're going to live is going to be really way different than we're living now. But we're all going to go through it together. It's not like we have some, we're all going to be communally going through it together. And you're all going to experience at some point when contact happens, You're all going to see it, experience, feel it, breathe it. You're going to know it. It'll be a knowingness. And I think part of it is as we get closer, some of you actually might already be having visitations by space people that are positive. I'm pretty sure of it. And there might be others saying, I want to have this contact. It'll be, I think, happening in little waves, like beautiful waves of contact for everybody consciously. Some of it might be the dream state. However, that's going to work. It will eventually be that many of you are ready for that to occur. You know what I mean?
And that's actually very true, Commander. You know, it really is. I'm still trying to find. I know I had a picture of your mom in here. It was a little bit blurry, but you can still make her out, and I'm looking for it as we speak. I believe it is in this phone.
Oh, good. Yeah. So, and she has hundreds of pictures. So,
Oh my
you
gosh,
know,
guys, so many.
she had, so, the beautiful part is she has all these pictures of everything she's been doing since we first got to meet each other in the group of five. And it's an amazing thing. So, if they had to make a movie out, a major motion picture out of what we're doing someday, maybe in a galactic sense, this would be a movie.
There's that ship you were looking for.
Oh yeah, somebody take a screenshot of that. I wanted to get a screenshot of the ship. That ship is when that ship appeared. That is a major, major ship, and in that ship, the lighting that you see from the ship, you can see there are people looking out the windows of the ship, looking overhead. You can see them little windows, and you can see the people. So
They're
they're
all
actual
over. Look at
people.
right here. You can see one walking onto an opening in the ship.
Yeah,
This is crazy. You can see like the top of the ship right here. It's a weird shape, but you can see the top of it right here. And if you look very, very closely, pay attention to the fine details, guys. You'll see another layer right here. This is their cloaking energy field. For some reason, the camera picked it up. I think it was because it was on night vision. But
yeah,
you can see right here, and then look at their smaller ships that were scattered, that were like lookouts for the bigger ship that was in the
yeah.
woods.
And
I
you can
took
see the
this on my
person.
property, guys. This is my woods back here. This ship was so huge. It was just like it was hanging out of my woods.
And also, right, if you look at the right side of the center, you can see a person walking in the opening where the window is. There's a person right there. You can see the human form. They're in this big ship and they're walking to the other, wherever they're walking to, they're on the ship walking.
We've got, I mean, guys, we have got proof. There is nothing that we don't talk about. We haven't shared that one of us doesn't have proof of. Like, I document every single thing. I do not talk about it unless I actually have some sort of proof of.
Yeah, and she does. I mean, someone's asking, why is the government keeping up with this raid? Well, I can also answer that too. And I'm very tuned into that. So the reason why they're doing it, they want people to become complacent. The reason why there's going to be a hearing November 13th on this whole thing of disclosure and whistleblowers, I've always stated this very clearly and honestly that there probably are people that want people to know things, but I tell people, why would you even waste your time watching any of that stuff on cable TV when April and I are telling you and showing you things that are really what it is? So that charade has been going on for a long time. You know, they think that if they do these hearings, people will say, "Oh, that's what disclosure is. They just told us some things." So that whoop-de-doo, that's disclosure. And the fact of the matter is, the government's very aware that the fact is that they know that there's going to be contact. They know of the things that are going to be happening in some respect. They don't know everything. They really don't know everything, but they do know that there's going to be contact. I'm going to turn it back over to April, and she'll narrate what this is.
I just found it. I have been looking for this one. This is that one, that double-decker ship that was flying over my property. Look at, see
Oh
the
yeah,
beam waving? I could
yeah.
not find that one to save my life. I just found it. Look at this,
Tara,
guys.
take.
This was a ship. This was a double-decker ship that was flying, and it flew so close, guys. Like, my porch was like about right here. This ship just flew in, dead stopped in front of my place. I was on the porch, and they were all waving at me. They were just like cruising through. They stopped waving at me, and then they took off.
Yeah, and
It's almost like
Tara's taking a picture of it. So if you don't see it, understand the energy from the ship affects the camera. So we say, why is it a little bit blurry?
it was
Because
very,
of
very
the
dark out too, guys.
and yeah, and you can see if you look at the light area, you'll see the forms of the humans in the lighted area. If you look closely enough and you look, you'll see there's at least one or two in that area. They're actually got the hand. One has an arm up, and you can see it if you look closely. But you really need to look, but it is there. And many
It's crazy.
times,
I was
and
just saying it's crazy because, guys, I live on a mountain. I live on a mountain, on a mountain top. There is no buildings or any of that. That's sky right there. That's sky.
yeah,
This thing was
so
I'm like down here about where this line is, and that's
mm,
how close this ship got to me. I could
yeah,
not get it. I'm sorry, guys. The energy is crazy on my property, and I keep explaining it, and I keep showing, I show the best pictures I could possibly get because it's not the energy. You can see the energy literally moving through the picture, but it's not just that, guys. There was not just one layer of energy on my property, but there are several layers. There's the
yeah,
fairy
multiple,
protection energy
yeah,
field, the Ashtar Command energy field, and then the Bigfoot's got their energy field going on. And these guys create so much energy within themselves that it makes every photo I take on the property fuzzy. I go off the property, it's clear as day. You look like you're looking at a postcard. I'm on my property, they all come out like that. I try
and
to get the best ones I can, but that's as good as it's gonna get, guys.
and what April's saying is right. And these ships are right there. She's in a very remote area where they have like an Ashtar. The Ashtar base has been there for probably over 2 years. And I think I'm going to sneeze in a minute, but the Ashtar base is there. Give me a second. I never sneezed on my show before. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. All right. But
So
that's
that was cute.
a lot of energy there, Thank you. Thank you for the blessings. Um, but the energy from the ship affects the camera, security camera. Therefore, you're getting that graininess. There's a lot of energies. Plus, what you're saying is, you got the ferries, you got the spaceships. They have a major base. They've set up a base there on the planet, and it really is the major base for the Ashtar Command. And it's just a blessing that they are all set up. They know what they're doing. Our space family knows exactly what they're doing, and everything is going to transpire as it should as they continue doing things off planet. They're working in our oceans. They're working off planet. They're working on a multiple level of things. They're so busy right now. Um, you know, it's a lot of work, and there are more fleets of ships coming to Earth to help. That it's not it's a nonstop continuation of things that are coming to the planet.
Because I will just stop the damn thing now, not make no.
And Donna Jones, well, it's hard to see a clear picture, as you would say, clear, Donna, because, like I said, the energy from the ship affects the cameras, and that's why you're getting that graininess a little bit.
Hang on, let me see if I got
Yeah,
any.
take your time.
I'm so sorry, guys. Like I can't do anything about the way that it looks. There's nothing I can do.
And
Um,
I am grateful that all of you are here, and hopefully you're learning a lot more about the truth of the Ashtar Command, and we're trying to answer your questions as best we can.
and
In terms of
let
that.
me just show you guys very quickly. Hold on. This right here is the energy field from the fairies. This is up close.
Wow.
Somebody actually took a magnified picture of the energy so people could see why my pictures come out fuzzy when I'm on property. These beings actually use their own bodies to create an energy field around my property. This is the love these guys have. And they take my protection very seriously. So this is, if you look very closely, you'll see there's like thousands of their own little figures in there, and they just use it and connect themselves and make this huge energy field over my property.
Yeah. And also, oh, I would say April would probably say it's GR. Okay. Do you find it interferes with your electronics too, or electronic devices?
Yes.
Of course it does.
Not all the time. They try to be mindful of that, but it does. And I have also found out recently, since they ramped up my energies, the council took me up and did this whole thing where they ramped up my gifts. And when they did that, I now, every time that I tap into any one of my gifts, I drain every phone battery. I'll drain battery packs, and then I go through these physical changes. Now, my eyes are normally brown. My eyes will turn this bright green, and I get this. I call it the glowworm effect, where my skin will start glowing, like illuminating light will start coming out of my skin. But the battery drainage thing is a huge one. I will.
Oh yeah.
I carry battery packs with me. At least four. Hang on, let me turn this camera around. Um, at least four battery packs with me every time I do a live, because I drain batteries. This phone is a brand new phone and it was just charged. I have to carry several battery packs with me every single time I go do anything, go live, anything. Because I'll drain not just the phone that I'm on, but the phones that are near me.
Yeah, she does that. Not all the time, but she does do that because of the energy. The energy is really intense. You know. And also, you should know that as we get closer to these things, now April has been in our oceans. She's been in our oceans, and this is a beautiful thing, seeing the energy of the fairies, how they protect the property, which is really important. So the fairies are very proactive in our property, and that's just a documented video picture of what they do, and she explained it very beautifully. Now, she's also been in the oceans. For those that are new to this program, April has traveled into the oceans with the command and has seen many different areas of the ocean. She's been into what we call Atlantis. And for those that are new here, Atlantis does exist. I find it funny that these shows on History Channel are trying to find Atlantis. April with the command has actually been there, and April can actually share with you a bit about what the real Atlantis is about in terms of the people. It's a place where there is life and everything is very active there.
Yeah. So, there are seven major space stations underneath the ocean's waters across the world, and they're located in different parts of the world. But Atlantis is the first space station that was placed underneath the ocean's waters. There are many cities around the space station, too. Several smaller cities of beings that, when they travel to our planet, and if they're going to be here for a while, they will take up residence in one of these underwater cities, as we will have the choice to do when it comes time for contact to happen. We will have the choice to go live underneath the ocean's surface if we so choose. Go live in the sky cities that are placed all over our world. In the atmosphere, there are sky cities that are cloaked with clouds, and I have pictures of those cities as well. Um, we have untapped places all over our planet because we as humans think that we all have to congregate just on the dirt part of our planet. We don't. We have so many untapped places that we haven't even thought about living or going to explore. These guys know this about our planet and have explored all of it. They have space stations all over the place. They're here, guys. They've been here. They were waiting for us to be ready, and now we're ready.
Yeah, not only are we ready, we actually, if you had asked us if we were all ready, if we all asked ourselves if we were all ready 30 years ago, the answer would be absolutely not. We now not only are we ready, the energy that is happening on our planet, the vibrational patterns of our planet have increased tenfold in terms of the years gone by. Not only is our planet being affected, but every planet in our universe, in our solar system, in every galaxy, all that whole thing I just said, every planet is uplifting into another pattern of level of light. Our planet, being where we are, is also part of that whole, graduation from where we were to where we're going, and where we're going is way beyond where we were. So that's why all the energies are so intense. That's why people are, some days you feel irritable, some days you're crying, some days you're really happy. It's because the energy is shifting so much so that's affecting your whole consciousness, your whole physical body is being affected. But at the end result of that is that you, as a human being, when we get to contact, you'll be on the other side of the mountain looking back and saying, oh, I was there. Look where I am now, And you'll get to see all these beautiful things that we're talking about, because we're all going to come together when contact happens, whenever they decide to do it. If the command said, like, okay, I think we're going to, on Earth time in March, we're going to have contact. Who knows? We really don't know. Like April said earlier, we have no idea how they are planning to do this before 2026. We have no idea. All we're doing is going with the flow of what we have to know, and they'll tell us. They'll somehow communicate very clearly when that's going to happen. Like April said earlier, when they are ready for the rest of the four of us with April, which makes five, to be now going on the ship, we will not just be floating into a rift. April will be there, and we'll be with her, so we know what we're doing because she's been on the ship multiple times. We'll learn from that experience what it's like to go into the ship and experience that situation, so that we all know what we're going to do when we come back on planet Earth, because we are going to come back. I mean, we're not just permanently going off planet. We'll just be coming back and forth until, however that works, we're just going to just do whatever we're supposed to do, basically. And at times, even April doesn't even know what they're going to do when they take her on the ship. She just gets taken, and it's like, oh, okay, as long as she's not in the shower again. Just let her take her shower, get her clothes on, and then take her on the ship. Because they did one time come through, and she was in the shower. This is a long time. I remember the story, and it's like, oh wait, what?
Yeah, that's been the commander's big worry, is that they're going to catch them doing business.
Yeah,
And
really.
the great thing about it, guys, is that I've already made every mistake that can possibly be made. So there won't be any surprises that these guys will have to be embarrassed about. I always talk about like the stuff that we are too afraid to ask questions about, like, hey, how do you go to the bathroom on a ship? Or,
Right.
hey, I've already been through the embarrassment of all of that. So, I openly talk about it, so that way, like when it comes time for you guys or the commander or anybody to experience this, that there's no surprises. They don't have to worry about it, that they know what to expect. I didn't know what to expect. I was the guinea pig, essentially.
She basically was. She was the
Yeah.
guinea pig for the five of us. And, but she's used to it now. I mean, well, I don't know if she was ever really used to it, because one time they dropped her off outside of your house. I think it was, they dropped you. You weren't brought back into the home. You were
No.
left. Yeah, and that doesn't happen very often, but they did, for some reason, left her outside.
Yeah, and I had no shoes on, and when I was taken, I was in bed, and I don't call it being taken. I go with them willingly, guys. But
Yeah.
when they came and got me that time, it was a quick thing, and we had to go somewhere very quickly. And so when I was grabbed, they grabbed me out of my bed, and I had just my pajama top on and my underwear, and no socks, no shoes, no robe, no nothing. And it was probably about 15 degrees below zero and snowing out. And I got dropped outside by accident. They missed the mark completely that one time. And whew, boy, I couldn't get in that house quick enough.
Oh, man.
All right, guys.
Hey.
On that note, I'm gonna bounce out and go back to my show. I love all of you guys, and I hope that we got some of your questions answered tonight.
Yeah. There's
Stay
only one
tuned.
other thing. one other
Sure.
thing that I want to cover before we go, and because at 1 o'clock I'm gonna go to. I might just hang out in your live for a while, I think, and then I got to go sleep. But let's talk about. Can you show a picture, a rendition of the image that I think is so beautiful
Yes,
of
I
that
know which one you're
picture?
talking about.
Yeah, it's very. People need to see that. That's a great closing for our 2-hour show here, and
So guys,
and
they gave me a glimpse as to what our future is going to look like. And they wanted me to hold on to this memory, and in going through some pictures a while back ago, I had found this and it looked a lot similar to what our future could possibly look like.
right, and it is like what it could look like. This is just a rendition of what our future could look like. And I'll let April explain what they explained to her in terms of what that possibility is.
Okay, so guys, it's gonna look a lot like this, with the higher and bigger trees, and these smaller. Let me flip the camera around. Hang on, guys. Um, Oops, nope, I did it again. Hang on. I will get the hang of this at one time or another. Hang on a
I
second.
know
Oh,
you're
there
new
I
to the
am.
planet
Okay.
Earth, so you don't know how to use the Earth-based technology, do
So
you?
these smaller ones are actually spread out more. It's not going to be all just one little cluster. They'll be spread out. But this is a lot like what our new world is going to look like, guys. It is beautiful. Picture this, but the colors so vibrant because we won't have all that pollution. Our colors of our planet are so dull right now because of the pollution and the crap that we have in the air that it has dulled our natural colors. So these trees will be brighter, greener. Every color that you can think of is going to be much more vibrant, including the way the water looks, the way the sky looks. It's all going to be very, very vibrant. It's
Yeah, and
funny
that's
because it looks a lot like the Fey, not this, but the colors look a lot like the Fey realm does, or the fairy
interesting.
realm, because
Wow,
their colors are very, very bright, vibrant. They have colors that we haven't even thought of in their realm.
wow.
And our planet was not meant to look this dull. It was meant to be bright and shiny.
And we weren't meant to have like shopping malls and factories and all these things that we have on the current Earth timeline here. So what April's showing you is what our planet, and she said the words, what our planet could look like. So, and the thing is, for our planet to look like that, that's why the command is doing so much work now, very quietly, to get us ready for what is going to be a kind of a major change and shift of the way we live. And it will be, like nothing's going to be abruptly, how should I put it? Maybe April can chime in on this before we end the show tonight, but nothing is going to be as it is. We're not going to just like shake things up, and 1 minute you're going to have no food on the table, and then you're not going to be able to go to the market. How much you're going to get to eat? They understand the way life is on this planet. They're not going to just take everything and just shift it. It's going to be gradual, so that people aren't like freaked out over it. One thing the command will never do is come here and make people upset or unsure or whatever. They're here to, uh, be part of integration of love and understanding, where they want the public to know, hey, we're here. Whatever you've heard about us is wrong, and we're here to help get you ready for living your lives in a much freer, less stressful way than you've been living all your lives on this current Earth timeline. Right?
They're essentially coming to help us integrate into the rest of the galaxy. They're here to update us, upgrade us, and help us move forward and to be a part of the rest of the galaxy, the rest of the whole, dimensions, other galaxies, other worlds. We were meant to be a part of all of that. We were meant to be part of the Ashtar Command, and they are here to give us a helping hand because we have been crying for help and they answered. They're here. They're here to help.
Yeah. Well, on that note, I really want to thank April. She's tirelessly doing a lot of live. I see her. I got up this morning because my cat woke me up, and I said, she's not sleeping.
No.
And I'm saying she needs rest. Commander needs rest. So I want to thank April. Next Saturday night is our next Ashtar Command Q&A. We'll share more information with you, April and I. And, and we thank you all for humbly joining us and being willing to hear April and myself. And April will be going live after this. So please follow Friends with Furries 1111. And when she's live, if you're home and you're not working or something, you'll learn a lot of things galactically, cosmically, about the fairies, the Bigfoot. We didn't even get into that. We'll do that maybe next Saturday. But there's a lot going on, folks. And she goes off planet usually pretty much regularly. I don't know what regularly is anymore, but yeah.
It's about every other day, just about. I've, at this point, guys, been with these guys for years. Every time I go, I'm gone for months at a time now. It's not just a couple of days. I'm gone for months when I go off planet. So at this point, if I put all the time together, I will have spent years off planet.
Basically, yeah, she has. And when she goes off planet, this is also important, is that she comes back within usually an hour, maybe an hour and a half, sometimes maybe 2, Earth time. When she goes off planet, there's no time and space. She could be away for a whole month. Now you're saying, how could that be possible? Don't even try to figure it out, because you're never going to. She goes off planet and comes back in an hour, but off planet, she's away for a month. A month is a long time off planet. At that point, I'll let her explain it maybe a little bit more.
Space people do not see time and space the same way we do. They try to bring you back at the same time that they took you, around about the same time that they took you, as to not interfere with your human life. So I could be gone with them for months, and they will bring me back within the hour that they took me from. I've never been like off planet for like more than a couple of hours. I've never been. But I have been off planet for months. When I come back, it's always only ever been like 40 to 50 minutes tops. They will bring me back around that time frame.
Yeah, and Nature Nani, I think it is. Does your body go, or is it just your mind? Her body. She goes
my physical body, my everything goes.
Everything goes. She goes completely physically through a rift, and she's on the ship. So it's a physical experience.
I've been brought up so many different ways, guys. I've been sucked up by this big hose. I've been beamed up different directions. I can show you if you guys want to see very quickly before we go. Let me show you the last time I went up.
That would be good. I don't think people realize how you go up, and that
I go up so many different ways. They have sent these big giant orbs to come and I've got pictures of all this off my security cameras, guys. So this was me going off. Whoops, hang on, let me save it. So this is me being beamed up. This is one of the only times they've taken me, or one of the few times that they've taken me during the day. That's me being beamed up into the ship.
And when you're seeing that white thing is the beam, she's going into the beam, and that beam gets wider as it goes up into the ship, which I think is cloaked.
So it's like a tractor beam that like grabs me and then pulls me up.
Yeah.
It happens so fast. The only thing I see is a flash of light, and then I feel like I'm like that far off the ground. I kind of thump to the ground, and then there's like a almost like a sheet of light. You walk through the light, and you're immediately placed into one of their uniforms, and you're good to go from there.
Yeah, and that's another thing. When we all go, we'll be placed into automatically a uniform. So when we go into the ship, the uniform automatically will be on our bodies, and therefore. And can you explain are they comfortable? The space outfit you wear, is it a comfortable feeling?
They are very comfortable. I at first thought that they took all my clothes from me, so I did one of these numbers.
Oh, yeah.
Because I thought that believe me, guys, I've made every rookie error you could possibly make. But I did one of these numbers because I thought that they stripped my clothes away from me.
Yeah.
They didn't. What they did is they placed me in a uniform. But this material is so light, so comfortable. It feels like you're wearing nothing at all. It feels like your own skin. But these things will, you can use the bathroom in these things. They have translation devices on them. If the oxygen on the ship is a little bit different, it will help you breathe so you don't have labored breathing. Whatever the situation is, these suits are equipped with the technology to help a human being get through it okay.
Yeah, and Aaliyah saying, I think we answered. I'll answer it. How come, Commander, you don't leave like April? Because the command made the decision of who our head person is for the five. That's why, and also because we are here to do certain things till we get to that point where they want to bring all five of us up together. So yeah, I do remove implants, but she does too, and she has that gift, and she also does the travel that she needs to do for the mission work, and then comes back to share what that mission work is. So there's a reason why it's set up that way, and every group of five has that situation where that one person, whoever that is in Europe or wherever they are, that person has been selected by the Ashtar Command Council to be that person, and we're all fine with it. We have no, I don't care. For me, I know that time is coming. I feel it in my energy field now. I just don't know when it's going to happen. And when it happens, like April said earlier in the program, she will come to each person's place of living, and then the rift will open. We'll see April. We'll see the other space people, and we'll be taken aboard when that time comes, Aaliyah.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah,
that's exactly the way to.
out and there's a
Yeah,
familiar face, it makes things a lot easier, that the guinea pig me through it, so now I know what to expect, and then that way, like the commander or Kit Kat, they're not nervous. They don't have to worry because they'll see a familiar face. Don't they know me? And as soon as I show up, they know it's time to go. We gotta go. We
right.
gotta go. I don't.
Now, and we're
Bathroom.
going to
I'm
get these
coming to get
questions.
you.
So we don't want anybody to be unclear, so we'll just stay on a little bit longer just to get these questions. Mary, I think Miriam says, so why do they take her? Well, I think we explained it before, but I'll let April do that because,
They
yeah.
take me to when they were first started taking me, it was at first to hear testimony about what damage we have done to our planet and what damage that our planet has done to other beings, not just our own planet, but planet damage we have done to other planets, damages we have done to space people that are living on our planet now. They wanted me to hear all the testimony of all these different species, so we knew what we were looking at and how bad a shape our planet truly is in. And it's to gather information, to be trained ahead of time, so that way when it comes time to train my crew, that they know what they're doing and there's no confusion. They're not scared, and I'm able to explain it to them how we communicate. That's why I go up on the ship and do all the stuff first.
I hope
And
that answers. Go ahead, April.
the way our order goes is, I truly am a commander of a spaceship, one of their larger spaceships. Kit Kat, Johnny, Commander Chesno, they're all part of my crew. This was decided a long time ago, not by my choice. Well, kind of, it was our choice to go. We volunteered for this, but it was also the command's choice to send us down as a group, as a crew, to live these human lives, to learn how to live like human beings do. So when it comes time for contact, we know how to best serve humanity because we would have already been here living the experience.
And hopefully that, Marianne, I think it's Marianne. I hope that answers your question. And also to expand upon that, if we didn't have this human experience and we were still on the ship doing whatever we did on the ship, there might have been five other people from the ships that came from other planets that came here. So we actually chose to come here. They wanted us to come here. However that works, we agreed to do it. Came to human families in our lives all over the planet, and this is where we are. We have different lifestyles. We all have different situations, and because we've had these experiences, we are now able to understand how human life is. We
Right.
also understand how to help humanity because we've been through suffering and sorrow and We go through all those things, taxes, all the things Earth people do, but we also are aware that we're not here for that purpose. That is the experience, but that's not the purpose of why we're here. We're not here to learn how to be Earth-based humans and pay taxes every year to the government. We're here to do something greater than that, and that's to really liberate the planet from what it has been going through. Let's see, what was it? Stasis suits, crystal dreams. Stasis is not a suit. It's a stasis is where our space bodies are. As April was talking earlier, our space bodies are in this. We're floating in this, like she was saying, with the crystal, and we're in there until we come back to our space body, and then we wake up, and then we come out of the thing, and we are now 7-8 feet tall people in our physical space body. Let's see here. What's the?
Somebody's asking if we need cars. I mean, there's still going to be some roads, guys, and they have, believe it or not, big giant storage places underneath the planet's surface where they have been storing ships, space age vehicles. They have been storing all kinds of different medical equipment. It's not all about the med beds, guys. Yes, there are med beds, thousands of them, but it's not all about the med beds. These beings prefer natural healing to the technical way of healing. They prefer the natural way of healing, which is why they have so many plant varieties on the ships right now.
The other question we have. Oh, go ahead, April.
I gotta get off the air, Commander.
I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna just answer this one question, and I'm gonna let April go so she can start doing some stuff overnight here. Has the government ever tried to stop from exposing extraterrestrials? They can't stop us. They tried, but they can't stop us.
They have
really
definitely tried, guys. They've tried to send lower, I call them low vibers, on my property, and the Bigfoot beings, the Ashtar Command. There was several obstacles in their way. They couldn't even make it on my property. Could you imagine if they tried to do anything to like our planet per se? Like, we are on top of it. We, the Ashtar Command, have got this. Guys, we are on top of it. We really are. I can show you what one of these beings look like. Just give me 1 second here while Commander is talking. I will find it very quickly.
And also do check out. She'll be going live. I don't know if she'll be on all night, but she'll be on live after this, and you can go to Friends with Fairies 1111, and certainly get to follow her and interact with her lives, because she has some beautiful work. I'm on at 11 o'clock at night. Most nights I might take a night off. Sometimes I need to just take a night off but we both get bombarded with so much stuff, but we need to take a break for ourselves to regenerate, because if we don't do that, the one thing we don't want to do is fall asleep on our lives.
Right.
That wouldn't be good. And I did that once by accident.
I did it once too. Don't feel bad. I did it once too. Hang on, guys. Where did it go? I just had it. Oh, right here. Okay, so this was one of the ones that they sent. This was a lower level one, but this was one of the ones that they sent. This is a telephone pole, and this thing was up there waiting for me. And this right here is a fairy that went after it. But look at this right here. Is a Bigfoot being that expanded himself up so large that he was hitting the bottom of the telephone pole wires to grab this thing and get rid of it. So the Bigfoots were right on top of it. They were there to protect me. I'm telling you guys, these guys, they think they know what they're doing, but they don't have a clue what they're doing. This planet is... There's so many space people here now that the Ashtar Command is everywhere. They are not getting away with anything. They think they are, but they definitely are not. We are right on top of it.
And the thing is, what April you just said, we are right here. If you look at our faces, you're looking at two people that are Ashtar Commanders from off planet. So we came out of the closet a long time ago, and I'm very, I have no, I just tell people You can look at me as a human being. Look at April right now. If she opens her eyes before she goes, look at
My
her
eyes are
beautiful.
open. I have a hard time seeing the chat. I'm
I
reading
know she
the
does,
chat. My eyes are
but
squinting because I can't
but
read.
if, but if you look at her face, just allow yourself to let go of your brain. Just look at the face of both of us and tell us what you see in truth. Okay. I did that on purpose because now you can see by just looking at us, you see who we are. We are space people. We came here to help the planet, and we came here to help you, and we love you. We love you more than you even know. We love you. And with that, I'm going to let April down to go relax. And April, thank you, sister.
You are so
Next,
welcome. I love all of you guys. Thank you for having me up, Commander. We will see you next Saturday, and we will get into some more questions, and hopefully we got answers for everybody. Thanks, guys.
everybody, check Friends of Inspiration is going to get going live in a few minutes. So I want you to, also, we're not at 100,000. So what I need you to do, we're at 76.9. It's 1:14 a.m. in the morning. Can we hit 100,000 likes? Everybody follow and everybody like. For those that are up who are night owls, you can check Friends with Fairies out after I sign off. Friendship with Fairies 1111. She'll be on live after I get off of here. So if you have questions for her, you can ask her questions on the live, and I'm sure she'll be happy to have you do. She'll be happy to do that. And so let's get up. We're at 80,000. Let's go to 100,000. I'm gonna stay on here till about 1:30. If you have any other questions for me, I'm happy to answer them. I'll be right back. Give me a second here. I'm going to get something to drink here. You can watch the lights. If anything weird happens, let me know. Okay, we are back, brothers and sisters. Good to have you with us here. We're at 91.9. Let's get up to 100,000. Hello, hello. Good to see everybody coming in here. Kiki, good evening. Good morning, Kiki. Sisa, Sia. Hey, Alien. Good to see you, brother. X-Blade, thank you for the bracelet. We appreciate all your gifts. I should be on during the day tomorrow morning. I don't know what time. I think I'm going to go on tomorrow morning for an hour. So you might see me pop in here doing a show in the morning with the Encounter show. Why does the government want us to believe extraterrestrials are scary? I can answer your question. The reason why the government wants you to believe that, and you see a lot of those images of ugly looking space beings, is because give me a minute to just rethink this for a minute. Give me a moment. The reason why they want you to think this, and that's why, and even on TikTok, if you see anything that is recorded by some of these creators. They show you negative looking ETs that have like ugly, scaly faces and they're ready to get you and everything. All that is a lie. All that is a lie. And a lot of the problem is that has been perpetuated through the internet and through the History Channel, through the Travel Channel, through Discovery. Any kind of things related to extraterrestrial intelligence has always been, they don't look like us. They can't be like us. They have to be ugly creatures. Hollywood movies, 90% of your Hollywood movies are all negative related in terms of the ETs, you know. So your question is a good one. And I think a lot of it has to do with all these movies since the 1950s. You know, movies that like Mars Attack and these other movies like War of the Worlds, all these other movies have created this image that we're going to be invaded by space beings and they're going to take over our planet and destroy us, right? It's all a lie. It's all been done to put fear into the humanity of people, so they think that that's going to happen. But we can tell you that the space people look just like us. Are very beautiful beings of light. They're men and women. They have children on other planets, from other planets, just like we have family members. They're taller than the average human. They're between 7 to 8 or 9 feet tall, depending where they come from. But they're very beautiful people. You know. Let's see here. Okay, let's see. White Orchard is the government aware? Oh yeah, I think we answered that question. The government is aware of us, but they cannot stop what we're doing here on TikTok. The government is aware of our existence, but they can't stop us. We've reached too many people in the last 2 years. We've reached so many people, it'd be almost impossible for them to try to stop us. Plus, we're well protected. The one thing that we are is well protected by the Ashtar Command. They protect us 100%. The Zeta, the Greys, they are being taken off planet Johnny 4440. Thank you. We got to 105 likes. Thank you so much. We appreciate that so much. Hi, Robert. To serve man. Let's see here. The government has reverse engineered technology from the Zeta. The Zeta gave them their technology. So we do have reversed on Earth. The government does have some reverse engineered technology. But you'll see, if you see any of the reverse engineered technology and you happen to visually see it, it won't be the same as seeing an Ashtar Command spaceship, because the Ashtar Command spaceship will have a frequency and a vibrational pattern that is way different. The reverse engineered technology is going to be something that would be, you won't feel anything about it. It'll just be Earth-based technology, and we do have that. And that was provided to the government over 70 years ago by the Zeta. And I just want to say, I'm just sitting here so relaxed. I love all of you. The Ashtar Command loves every single individual here. The Ashtar Command loves the whole planet. The whole planet. If you knew how much you're loved, you are loved greatly. More than you even realize yet. You know? But soon you will. When contact happens, everything's going to shift very beautifully. Demon Slayer, thank you for the dolphin. I appreciate that. Thank you for the gift. Everything's going to transform beautifully, and you'll still be able to drive places, go places. Eventually, in time, you will live in a planetary system that is clear of any pollution, no wars, no conflicts, no destruction. All that is going to shift now. It is shifting. as much as it doesn't feel like it's shifting, it has to shift in consciousness, you see. Consciousness shifts first, and then the reality happens. Consciousness shifts first, and then a different reality happens. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to get into more regular general stuff on encounters. So tomorrow morning, I think I'm coming on tomorrow morning. We'll bring people up. Right, tonight has been just a night of Ashtar Command. I'm not going to try to shift energy into anything else here. I hope I get to heal people too. I used to do Reiki on people. Oh, you'll be able to do a lot of things. You know, you're all going to be able to do so much more once contact happens. You'll be able to meet your family. Okay, Sabrina Gemini 1. Where's Sabrina Gemini 1? I want to answer her question. Okay, Sabrina Gemini 1. Why should you believe me? I think I'm going to do something here. Well, she only has 41 followers. I can't really do it. So here's why you should believe me. Well, you shouldn't believe me at all. You shouldn't believe me. You should actually not believe anything I'm saying. I'm saying that with love in my heart, Maria. So, Maria, why should you believe everything or anything that you've been taught to believe since you were in school? I'm going to throw it right back at you. When we all went to school, we all went to public school or private school, whatever school, you were taught to believe everything you were told in those books. You're told by NASA to believe everything they tell you. Now, either you do believe everything you're told or you don't. And that's, hey, look, you have to have discernment. And it's perfectly fine to not believe, you know. I have experiences. You should probably watch my show when I've taken out implants out of people's bodies. And you say, why should I believe that you can take out implants out of anyone's bodies? I got more people in my broadcast here who will tell you that I worked with that had negative implants put in them by the Zeta. I physically, remotely took those implants out and destroyed them. Now, you can either believe I did that, or you can say, no, I don't think you did that. That's up to you. So that's one of the things I do. I've taken out implants remotely on this show and destroyed them. I'm not going to show you an implant. I'm not here to do show and tell. But either, you live in a society, Maria, Sabrina, you live in a society where you've been actually programmed to follow the rules and believe what you've been told. Basically, we all have, all of us. I'm having the human experience. But when you wake up to who you truly are, and you are given these abilities, and you know where you come from, it doesn't matter whether someone. I tell people all the time now, I don't care whether people believe me or not. I still love them. Whether you believe me or not, I'll still love you. But you could go along the same 3D world course that you're in and go with the same things that you've been able to understand and say it's a lot easier to believe, there's a statue in a town that's standing there because you can see the statue. But if someone tells you the story of being in a civil war or something, and their grandparents are in a civil war, you can't see their parents in a civil war because you weren't there. Do you believe that person's story that their parents were in the Civil War in whatever year it was, or you don't? If someone says they jumped out of a parachute and skydived, but you didn't see them skydive, are you going to believe the story that they skydived without any pictures? Or are you going to say, oh, you skydived, I don't believe you? When do you start believing somebody? When do you start believing somebody? That's the question. Herbal Tia, our free will wasn't stolen, but we were lied to. We all went to public schools, private schools. We were all taught lies, basically, to have our minds programmed. Our minds are programmed as human beings so strongly that we didn't know anything else. So then when other realities come into mind, we're like, wait a minute, that doesn't go with my reality. I have this 3D reality. This is where I am. I can't shift my reality to go there. I can't do that. Yes, you can. Your brain controls you in many ways. The brain is the worst enemy of the human body because the brain wants you to not believe anything's possible. But if you go into the inner spirit of meditation, you'll be liberated. The brain always questions everything, which it should, but sometimes the brain needs to just be quiet and turn off. You know what I mean? Elisa E123, I do feel like something is going to happen and like the USA Corps has pulled out. I'm not sure what the USA Corps is. Okay, Elisa, why are they coming and want to help us? Because we're all connected to the stars. We've forgotten who we are. We're all connected to the stars. Herbal tea, I can't speak English. The Zeta they come from the Zeta Reticuli system. They were involved with our government providing reverse engineer technology. Hence, you have these different types of craft that we have that are top secret that sometimes people see in the skies around the planet. There are reverse engineer technologies. Elisa, why are they coming? Because it's time for contact. It's time for the planet to have contact. It's time for us to be part of a spiritual planetary system of many planets beyond Earth. It's our time to rise into that state of frequency. And yes, and they love us because we are them. We come from the stars. We're having the human experience. All of you are what I call star seed. So we come from the stars. Many people still don't remember who they are. I know that, and some of them are in here trying to figure that out. You are from the stars. You just don't remember. In time, you shall remember who you are, but you are from the stars. Let's see here. Mary, yes. Some of us come from the same planets as others, but we all come from, in a way, more generalized putting it, we all come from different planetary systems, and we all came here in human experience to have the human experience, but we all come from the stars. And Blessed Mom, Commander, yes, we will soon think with our hearts. And see, that's the thing. Humans that think with their brain will not get it. You have to turn the brain off in order to get it, meaning you have to meditate. If you listen to your brain, it's going to keep you in the 3D world. If you turn your brain off, you're not going to be in the 3D world. You're going to be elevated to another level of consciousness, which is within the center of your cosmic being, which is when you meditate. But the brain always likes to interfere with that, we love the brain, but it likes to interfere and say, no, don't do that. Don't, you can't believe that stuff. You can't go that way, right? Yes, you can. You have to just shut the brain down and say, brain, shut up. I don't need you to tell me what to do. I know how to meditate and tune into my cosmic self. You've been trying to keep me from doing that. I'm going to do it. So once you tell your brain what to do, it'll stop doing it. It'll listen to you. You control your brain. Your brain does not control you. Yeah, our spirits are eternal. Yeah, beautiful God frequency. I listened to that frequency on YouTube. There's a lot of beautiful videos with that frequency. Alrighty, folks. I appreciate all the questions. I love you all the new people asking questions. I think questions are great. If you don't ask me the questions, now hopefully I've answered your questions as best I can. And next Saturday we'll be doing it again. Ashtar Command Spaceship, Ashtar Command, Ashtar Command Q&A. Man, I'm a little bit tired. Ashtar Command Q&A with April and myself. We'll answer more questions, share more information about contact right here on this social media. We're using this platform, and this is where you're going to find us. Also, my Ashtar Command Spaceship News channel on YouTube. YouTube channel, Ashtar Command Spaceship News YouTube. Check all our shows out there, my encounter shows. This show will be on there. And also, Yeah, all the shows are going to be on there. So if you missed a show or have not seen any of my shows before, I have tons of shows on YouTube. They're all recorded. You can watch the whole show. Most shows are up to about 2 hours, 2.5 hours, the most part. All right, folks, before I start fading out of here, I want to thank you all for being here, all the new people. Again, we're on at 11 o'clock, usually most nights. I might take a night off, which is, well deserved, but we're usually on 11 o'clock at night. Our general show, we interview people that have been contactees, abductees. We talk about crop circles. We go into a lot of stuff. Take care, everybody. Much peace, love, and light to all of you. Have a good night.